If you don't know exactly what task tracking tool to use to track your activities, and you're just tormented by all these choices and you keep on switching them, then this video is for you. My name is Aristotle Daskal and I help people fulfill their destiny. A few days ago, one of my one-on-one clients that I work with, we had a sync call. And he told me that he feels pretty bad because he seems that he's all over the place with all the tracking tools that he's using in his business. And he feels like he doesn't know exactly what he's supposed to do anymore because it's all over the place. And he said, you know what? I just feel that I should get back to just pen and paper, and I just kind of feel bad about it. And I told him, well, why do you feel bad about it? He said, well, because I keep on changing the tools. And I'm like, no, man, you're doing exactly the right thing. If you feel confused and you feel that there's one particular way that if you do that, it's going to bring more clarity, that's exactly what you should be doing. So what I want to tell you is that you shouldn't feel bad if you can keep on switching the task tracking tool, as long as you know where you're tracking it right now. If you have 7 tracking tools, but you have one that tells you that I'm tracking this over there, I'm tracking this over there, I'm tracking this over there, it's good. And you know what? Even if you don't have that, it's way more important for you to have peace of mind, for you to be at peace, for you not to judge yourself and not to beat yourself up. That is the ultimate most important thing, and that's exactly what I told him. And he felt so relieved. He felt like, oh my God, I feel so good now that you didn't just tell me that I have to do that or that I have to do that. And see, a lot of us feel that way because a lot of people out there, a lot of coaches, a lot of gurus, they just tell us you have to do this. This is the only way that you should be doing. This is the right way that you should do it. And that's a lie. There is no one single way to do it. Our personality, it's so custom, it's so specific. We have so many unique abilities. We have so many unique inclinations, so many skills. We have things that distract us and things that motivate us. So you are a unique person, and listen to that. Listen to what you feel you should be doing. Yes, there are amazing task tracking tools out there, and I'm one of the people that has pretty much tried everything, and I've used something and then I switched to something else and then I switched to something else. Think about what is the benefit that this other tool is going to help you with. What is the reason why you're switching one? And what I did at a point is I did a comparison for the various tools that I was using. And I was writing on one side all the features, and then on the columns I was writing the actual tools, and I did a checkbox where I was writing which features which tool has, and then I was able to look and prioritize which one should I be using. And this is how I got to use some tools for specific things and different tools for other things. Like, for example, I constantly use, well, not anymore that much, but from time to time I use Trello. I use Notion all the time. I use Coda sometimes. I use Jira for software projects. I use sometimes reminders from Apple. And I use my own proprietary tool that I'm making that it's a more strategic planning approach tool. If you feel overwhelmed, then maybe the easiest thing that you can do is to go back to pen and paper. It is important for you to know what you're supposed to do today and what are your goals and where you're getting towards. And it's better for you to start relying on the feelings that you have, on that confidence, on knowing every single day what is the direction where I'm going. Maybe even journaling every single day, writing down what are your goals and where you're going towards. That is going to help you more than just having this unified, amazing task tracking tool. Our memory is going to be way more powerful when it's seeded into the desires of our goal, when it's seeded into the belief of what our purpose is, rather than just having all this long and difficult list of all the tasks that you're supposed to be doing. So just to sum up, first of all, don't beat yourself up if you keep on switching tools. Second, try to do a comparison of all the tools if you don't know exactly what you choose. Third, have one single place where you write down all the tools that you're using and which one are you using for what specifically. And when you don't know exactly what to use, you can always come back to pen and paper. And the gold nugget is try every single day to have a little bit of journaling in the morning when you're writing down what is your goal, your vision for your life. And that, if you see that deep into your life, that's going to make you remember everything you're supposed to do. It's going to remind you the top priorities for your life. Actually, I would say you can put on the side all the task tracking tools. And if you have that vision, it's going to be so powerful that it's more important for you to have that vision for your life rather than to have all these tasks out there. And I will give you just one more nugget. It's so much more easier if you see your time as buckets of time instead of list of things to be doing. For example, if you put 2 hours a day and see it as habits, every single day I'm spending 1 hour on this big project. I'm spending 1 hour on this big project, and create those as habits or as recurrent tasks or as recurrent appointments in your calendar. Because if you indeed are using the calendar for appointments, you're gonna always see it right there in front of you that you're finishing this meeting. Now the bucket for this project is starting. And again, when you do buckets, in your mind, it's gonna come right away the backlog of what you're supposed to do next. So use those things. But most importantly, don't beat yourself up. You are doing great. And your creativity is gonna be tenfold compared to someone that lives out of desperation and out of fear and out of trying to be doing everything perfect. As long as your heart is open, as long as you're happy, and as long as you connect what you're supposed to do to your life vision, you are going to do way better than everybody else. Keep your heart open.